Hey, it's me from the Solomon Homestead again. One of our spring chores this spring is figuring out how to water our grass, landscaping, and garden. So last year we just pretty much had the landscaping put in, then we had the sod put in right here, and then in the fall we put grass in the front yard back there, or up front. And so the sod was pretty distressed because we put it in July and it was really hot, and then we got a ton of rain for like 10 days, so it had really hot conditions, and then it was super soaked for too long, and it was really distressing on the sod, so it kind of died off a lot of spots. So we got some bare spots. It's really filling in pretty good over the late winter, early spring here, and we wanted to make sure we got it good watering, fertilizer, weed and feed, all of that. So we put down the proper winter, early spring weed and feed, and that's helped quite a bit. And then we decided to use the same type of watering system that we have for the landscaping. Well, similar. So we got those on timers, just battery timers, regular garden hoses, multiple stages, and you just program the timers. And so different sections of the landscaping will come on with an underground soaker hose for about 30 minutes each morning. And then it'll move to the next stage, which is the sprinklers. Now this year we just did hose and sprinklers. You can see here, we've got a sprinkler over there with a hose running to it, connected to a timer. We got the same thing going up to the garden. So everything's on a time stage. Right now it's above ground. We haven't invested on putting in a full sprinkler system. I'm not sure if we will. We will most likely either bury the hoses with these timers, or if we like this and we want to get the official sprinkler system put in, we will basically go around the edges of the driveway, the edges of the yard, without having to dig up the yard, and put in those sprinkler systems. Now, so far I'm really happy with the timers. The timer that we have is these Orbit timers here. So these Orbit timers, each one is about 35 bucks, 40 bucks. I think we got them on sale on Amazon for about 30, 35 bucks. They changed the color this year and made them green, and they're actually easier to use this year. This was last year's model. And this is the 2-stage with rain delay. It's got 2 stations, and you can basically set up 3 different times per day that these come on. You can set how long they go, how often, and even set up rain delay if it rains. So they're really easy to program, really easy to use, and they seem to work pretty well. So if you're thinking of basically making your watering schedule easier so you don't have to think about going out and water your garden or your flower beds or your lawn as much, putting up a very simple battery powered timer option, they just run off a AA batteries, seems to work fairly well for us. Like I said, just our really first year of really trying this, because last year we were fairly new into the grass and the landscaping. It seemed to work well last year, but we've got them all the way throughout right now. So we're going to see how that goes, and we'll report back to you towards the middle or end of the season and let you know how it's going. Again, if you have suggestions or if you've done something to water your property, let us know what you've done. Sharing ideas is what it's all about, and connecting with our audience on what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what comments they have is what we're passionate about. So that's really the update for today. It's all about getting our grass watered. Here's our front yard, which we seeded this, and it's actually in better shape in the front yard than what the sod is. So if I had to do it all over again, I would probably either do sod a different time of year rather than July, or I would just seed it, because the seed turned out really, really well.